In the year 2000, when the Israeli army withdrew from Lebanon, the United Nations identified a line to confirm its withdrawal. This became known as the Line of Withdrawal, which is commonly known as the Blue Line. Since the year 2000, the Blue Line has been the cause of a lot of confusion, mainly because it simply cannot be seen, as you might remember from Rafiq Ali Ahmed's journey through Unifil.
Blue line, blue line. Where is this blue line? Your problem is that they didn't paint the blue line. It's not clear.
It's not showing.
You don't know where it is.
There is no blue line.
And that is a problem for you.
It's not showing at all. They say there is a blue line, but where it is, only God knows.
وخط الأزرق إنه خط فاصل بينه وبين فلسطين. هيا.
هو عبارة عن براميل زرق حاطينهم على الحدود.
شريط الحدود. في شريط شبك.
الخط الأزرق هو عبارة عن حدود بين إسرائيل ولبنان.
ما بنعرف شو خط أزرق يعني.
The blue line marking began on 19th of September 2007, and the first barrel were erected on 26th of September 2007. Here, I need to stress that the blue line is not the border, and I need the people to understand that the blue line is the line of withdrawal. When you see two barrels, draw an imaginary line between them, and this line represents the blue line, and don't cross it, because any crossing of the line means violation of the blue line.
We're now approaching piece 7, and we are here to qualify and to confirm the exact coordinates with both parties on the blue line. The blue line is actually the line of withdrawal which was placed by the United Nations back in 2000 to confirm the withdrawal of the IDF from Lebanon. As we proceed down this valley, we can get a full appreciation of how difficult it is to gain access to some of these locations where we're going to place the blue line barrels. When we finally arrive at our destination, we will be met by the various parties where we will then commence marking and verifying the actual true coordinates of where the blue line pillars will be located. Now we have finally arrived at the location called BP7, which is on the blue line, and here to our front we can see members of the Lebanese Armed Forces carrying out their survey to verify and confirm that this is exactly the precise location. This is a vital requirement that must be carried out by each of the parties in order to ensure that there is no miscalculations when it comes to placing the blue line barrels in the next number of days.
مش الدول كلها عم تخططه، مش كل العالم.
أنا بعرف في تعاون بين الجيش اللبناني وبين اليونيفيل.
رسموه ضباط من الجيش الإسرائيلي والجيش اللبناني.
هم مع الخوارق. الجيش اللبناني واليونيفيل والعالم رايحة جاية سري مني. ليل مع نهار.
The United Nations used historical maps dating as far back as 1923 as references to identify the blue line in the year 2000. Hundreds of coordinates have now been digitized and matched with satellite imagery in order to obtain precise GPS coordinates to mark the blue line on the ground. The Lebanese Armed Forces and Unifil work very closely together when identifying and placing markers on the ground, which will eventually become blue line barrels or flags.
We have two sticks on the position. The blue one is a Unifil mark, and the red and white one is the Lebanese one.
We can give our acceptance.
The blue line must be marked clearly, and we must visibly see this line. This is the reason we must have intervisibility between each point of the blue line. Now, the Lebanese took the measure and their stick is close to the UN stick. So we are inside the limits we agreed on, meaning that the two sticks must be less than 50 centimeters from each other.
So Michael, this is Unifil measurement.
This is our measurement actually, we can check again. It should be okay though. Yeah, if you look at that.
And the measurement taken by the LAF is within our 50
Absolutely,
quotient?
absolutely, yeah. The measurement by the LAF is within 45 centimeters.
And what about the placement of the BOB because of these?
Since the Lebanese measurement is on this side already, let's assume the IDF measurement will also be within the space here, and so that will be the center of the base for the BLB.
In the marking process, each point on the blue line must be agreed upon by all three parties, the Lebanese Army, Unifil, and the Israeli Army. They each make measurements and place markers. All three markers have to be within 50 centimeters of each other. Unifil specialists oversee the whole process. The Lebanese Army also returns to carry out its final measurements and confirm that the standards have been met. A tremendous amount of time, discussions, and negotiations go into visibly marking the blue line. One of the main reasons for this great effort is safety for the Lebanese people by helping them see the blue line and so help prevent any misunderstandings or unintentional violations from either side. Once all parties agree to a point, a barrel or flag goes up. It will take time for the blue line barrels and flags to be erected everywhere. But the purpose of the blue line is clear. Nobody, neither Lebanese nor Israeli, is allowed to cross it.
We have two blue barrels just behind me. The line between one and the other blue barrel is the blue line. In this example, you see a barrel here and a barrel here. And I'm actually standing right now on the blue line.
Here we have two barrels much further apart. This one and this one. Maybe 300 or 400 meters, but we can still see it. Draw a line between them, and this is the blue line.
People often think that the technical fence is the blue line and they can walk right up to it. Now this is absolutely wrong. The technical fence is not the blue line. Sometimes the technical fence is only 2 meters away from the blue line, as you can see here. But in some parts, the technical fence is even 400 meters away from the blue line and even more. But the most important thing is never cross the blue line.
حسناتها انه ان شاء الله ما بصير اعتداء علينا من حدا.
معلوم في له حسنات.
والله هسه الناس بتشوف الخط الازرق عم تراقب الخط الازرق انه ما بصير عليه ولا اي مشاكل.
While work on marking the blue line continues, it is important to remember that the technical fence is not the blue line, and that the line of withdrawal, commonly known as the blue line, is not the border, that we are marking the blue line so that people can actually see it, and finally, that neither Israelis nor Lebanese are allowed to cross the blue line.
People should not cross this blue line under any circumstances.